Alright, y'all. Today we got a special video today. We're going to be pretty much doing an album review. I know this video a little late, but I'm pretty much just going to be doing a breakdown of like all the songs of the album. Some songs are going to be like one at a time, but since this is like the beginning, I'm going to do the first two songs. I'm going to do Warning and I'm going to do Help. This song right here is Warning.
This project is a concept of my thoughts. These thoughts have been constructed by pain I have gone through and troubles I have faced in my very own life. If you can relate to these songs, then you are in the right place. I promise you, this is not meant to put you into a mindset of depression, but instead, it is to give you a beacon of light to run to when you feel alone. I will always be here for you as the voice of depression. And these are the words of Twiytae.
Alright, so as y'all can hear, that song Warning, I wanted to put that song as like a disclaimer. Because a lot of people, when they hear a different genre of music that isn't like hip hop, or it doesn't get them hype or doesn't get them lit, they instantly think it's like a depressing vibe that people are setting. Or they think the song is just not hype enough. You know what I mean? Like, it makes people feel a certain way. I put that disclaimer there to let people know, like, this is not the point of me making this album. I'm not making this album to make you sad. I'm making this album for the people who are already sad and they want to feel like connected. They want to feel like they're not the only ones out there feeling that way. So the name of the album is titled Road from Depression. And I think a lot of people skipped over that fact. It's not Road to, it's not On My Way to, it's Road from. Like, you're in that state, now I'm about to, get you up out of there. I'm finna pour you out. This album has like a deeper voice on there. That deeper voice is following me throughout the entire album. It sounds like I use that voice as like a demon in a sense. I use depression as like a demon. Like, it's something that's clouding you. It's something that's consistently following you until you escape it. So that deep voice masked with my voice, that was intentional. I did that on a bunch of my songs throughout the entire album to show people that, like, as the album goes by, that voice starts to like have less of a presence. It doesn't follow you the whole time. It's just going to eventually fade away, right? And I hope people like really understand like how I'm explaining it, because I'm explaining it the way that I wrote it. I wrote every song on here, and I just want people to understand it the way I wrote it. The next song is Help. After I do Help, I'm going to cut the video and I'm going to do the next couple of songs, because I don't want each video to be too long. I could just do one long explanation video, which I might end up doing, but I ain't trying to get the entire video copyrighted. Where we'll see actually, because the album is only 20 minutes, so I can probably put it all in one video. The next song is Help. And I know I didn't put the lyrics on all the songs, but right there I said the title of the song is Help. I've been searching for my soul, right? And I can't find it. That's what I was saying right there.
Can someone find me? Help. Can someone find me? I'm screaming help. Can someone find me? I'm screaming help. Can someone find me?
So I'm not gonna play the entire song because I want y'all to go listen to it on your own. But pretty much this Help, I use this song as like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like one of those inner songs, like an interlude or something like that. So this song is like the initiation of you going through something. They say one of the first steps to healing is admitting you have a problem and trying to find help, right? So title of the album, Road from Depression, the Warning. Now, Help is the initial first song. This is the song that's saying like, help, I'm going through something, I got something on my mind, I don't know how to explain it, but I just know I need help. The lyrics is saying like, help, will someone find me, I'm screaming out, will someone find me, and it was like, I got all the lyrics in my phone, so it was like, what is it called? The the effect that I actually put on the song, I wanted it to sound like I was like trapped in a cave or something. I wanted to sound like I was like somewhere really low, like in the bottom of a well or something. Like I got ditched and abandoned, and now I'm like screaming. I'm like, no. I wanted the voice to like sound like it was echoing. I thought it was pretty cool the way I did it. Then I kept saying, I'm screaming, help, can someone find me? And at the end, I was like, I'm screaming out, can someone find me? That song's pretty short, like I said, it's an interlude. Now let's get to the real song. Like my first song I ever wrote, before I even thought of the album, the first song I ever wrote, Intro to Pain. One of my favorite songs. This song is 4 minutes. I really like it though. I'm only gonna play about 2 minutes. I could play the whole song. I might play the whole song, but I'm like I said, I don't really care if the video. I just want people to understand the song. All right, right here. This is the introduction to it. I said, missed calls from sisters, mothers, and brothers. They telling me they still want me, can't understand. No, they telling me they still love me, can't understand why they want me. I seen things I can't explain. The pain that won't change the way that I see things because and it's like, I said that because it's like, when you depressed, bro, or you just went through a breakup, people be calling you, texting you, and you just missing all the calls. And it's like, your mom might call you, your sister might call you, your dad might call you. Your brother might call you, your aunt might call you, your grandmother might call you, your sister, your cousin. I don't know. Somebody might call you. So it's like I got all these missed calls. And it's like everybody saying like, oh, we love you, son. We miss you. We need you. Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I can't even understand why they want me. If I just lost this girl, why do they still want me? Or if I'm going through all this hell in my life and I feel depressed, why do people still want me? Why do people still want to be around me? You feel me? So it's like, that's how I was feeling in that case. It was like all these missed calls and people still want me. And it was like the next verse right here. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Alright, wait. Huh?
Yeah. Tell you don't leave that blue in.
Alright.
So right there, I was like, I actually added the lyrics to this part. So it was like, I found some things that I can't explain. The love, what I say? I found your pain and I found your love. Now it seems that I lost it all. The drugs heal the pain that I can't resolve. I can't seem to shake them off. So right there, I was saying like, when I first, like, I made this entire album based on, like, things I went through. And a lot of the songs stem from, like, a breakup or a heartbreak or some type of tragedy in my family. But I connected it all together. So when I say I found your pain and I found your love, it was like I found you when you were broken. And I was, like, I was happy. So I was like, okay, I can connect. I can help you. I can fix you, right? And it was like, now it seems that I lost it all. Like, I done gave you everything I had. You was the one in pain. I was the one in love. I gave you everything I had. And it's like, since I'm in pain, there's nobody left to heal me because you left. The drugs heal the pain that I can't resolve. When you want to feel numb, sometimes you take, some painkillers. Sometimes you take perks. Sometimes you sip lean. Sometimes you go out to clubs. Sometimes you party. Sometimes you go talk to another girl. It's like, these are the things that people do. They drugs heal the pain that I can't resolve. I can't seem to shake them off. You can't seem to shake it off now because you're dependent on them. You got like an addiction going on. You can't shake off the drugs. You can't shake off the pain that you felt simply because of the fact that like you're trying to heal from that previous thing that put you onto them. And it's like, I've seen some things that I can't explain. I'm like, maybe it's just from the pain. So like, if you got cheated on, sometimes you're like, I can't believe she cheated on me, bro. I can't believe that. And it was like, I can't explain it. And it's like, maybe it's just from the pain. Or me, I was using that from my childhood and from the song as well. Like, from my childhood, there's a lot of things that I've seen that it's like, if I tried to put it into words, it probably wouldn't sound right because I can't explain what I see. I've seen some crazy stuff. You feel me? it's a lot of things that I've seen that people don't know about. I'm not going to explain it all right here, but it's a lot of things that I've seen that people they probably haven't gone through it. And it's like, I'm just trying to numb all the pain.
You verified? This video over 10 minutes, bro.
That's good. Alright, so those little voice notes that I got playing throughout the whole song, those are people in my life. That one right there was my best friend at the time. Later on, you're going to hear my mom. Then you're going to hear my brother. And then you're going to hear my, who else was on there? I think my dad. Yeah. So, like, we're going to hear it. The pain, the pain, the pain. And I set it back right here. I go back to the chorus. No things that I lost it all. I can't explain. Right there, I said, I'm kind of glad that I can't explain. Because you wouldn't understand it either. And if I'm going through something, I don't need you to understand it. I don't need to explain it because people frustrate you. If you're going through something and you can't explain it to people and they don't get what you're trying to say, it makes you frustrated. So I'm like, I'm kind of glad that I can't explain. And then the next verse, I'm like, it all ends the same with me in the grave. It's all I see when I go to sleep. It's like, I used to have dreams of dying a lot. And sometimes I still do. It's like, I don't know what life is going to take me. You feel me? All I can do is try my best. So it's like sometimes I be having dark dreams. Some people call them nightmares, but I don't know if they're really nightmares. I just be having dreams of like never coming back sometimes. I'm trying to stay, but I can't. I pray to God every single day. That's my dad right here. So that verse right there, that's my dad like pushing me on. He's saying, "Hey, Chan, you're my son. You know I'm always in your corner, and I love you." That's a very powerful message because there's a lot of people there who don't have parents. It's a lot of people who don't have a dad. My dad was in my life, and he's always been like pushing me and like motivating me to do best. And sometimes I feel like I let him down, and sometimes I feel like we're not seeing eye to eye. But at the end of the day, I still love my dad. You feel me? And when he gave me that, like, he sent me a voice message, I was like, I'm gonna add that to the song because it's certain things in life that can live forever. I may not be able to live forever, but I can make my dad live forever, or I can live forever through my music. You feel me? But give me 1 second, y'all. I'm recording the video. I will call you right back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Don't ask no questions. Just my friend. Yeah, I'm gonna let the rest of the song play. Now I've seen some things that I can't explain. It all is the same. I know it will change, but you change the game when you came and play with mine. It's my brother. He said, "You doing great things. While you out here doing these things, just make sure you staying safe, bro. If you're gonna be going through a heartbreak and you trying to turn that heartbreak into a like some type of motion, where you making music or like doing anything, just make sure you staying safe." Telling me I'm gonna be big one day. I gotta put the work in though. And I'm like, you changed. Like, throughout our relationship, you changed. Like, what happened? And now I'm like, you know what? I changed a little bit too. So now in this next verse, I'm like, I wonder why you changed. And I'm like, why did she change? You know what? I forget why she changed. I'm going to explain why I changed. What changed me? And this is my favorite part right here. I feel like I was spazzing a little bit. I was like... My pain. And this is pretty much the end of the song, y'all. It's just gonna fade out right here. I added some vocals on there. My little sister. She It basically sounds like she love me. This is like one of my favorite songs, y'all. The drugs heal the pain that I can't resolve. I see some things that I can't explain. Alone am I gonna blow out my brain. So the next song is called Pain Explained.
First song was titled Intro to Pain. But this song, this is just Pain Explained.
So, like I said, the first song was Intro to Pain. This is Pain Explained. Pain Explained is pretty much a song that I created to express why I feel certain levels of pain. Because, like I said, this album was developed through heartbreak, childhood trauma, things I went through as an adult, all types of stuff. And this song was a personal message to my mother. The audio that y'all heard in the first clip, when it was like, hey son, that's my stepmom, but she's been like more of a mom in my life, so I call her mother. This song is directed towards my birth mother, like the person who actually gave me birth. Me and her didn't always have the greatest relationship, but it's like she still had an impact on me. Like the first couple of years of my life, she impacted those couple of years of my life. So I'm like expressing what happened, how I feel, and my point of view on it. So I said, you went from loving me to leaving me. First she was like, you give birth to a kid, you supposed to love him. And then you dipped off, you left. Like, where you go? And I was like, you went from loving me to leaving me. Had me thinking what you ain't seeing me. Like, why would you leave me? You feel me? I was like, was it something I didn't have? Like, was it a quality I was missing? Like, is it something I did wrong from my end, right? And then I said, had me thinking what you ain't seeing me. And I was like, had me thinking you ain't believing me. Like, maybe you left because you didn't believe. Maybe you didn't think I was going to turn out to be anything. And I'm like, usually it's Papa, but look at what Mama did to me. Like, usually people don't have their dads. It's reverse for me. I got my dad. I just ain't got my mom. And I was like, you ain't getting none of my sympathy. Like, I said that out of anger, but at the end of the day, you always going to love your parents. So I'm like, at the moment I was writing this song, I was like, you ain't getting none of my sympathy. Like, if you try to apologize, I'm not going to forgive you. But, like I said, I wrote that part out of anger. Towards the end of the song, I realized that, like, I'm always going to forgive anybody. I don't have no hard feelings, no regrets, no hatred towards anybody. And I'm like, Mama tripping, trying to get rid of me. You hate my father, but you ain't want to be there for me. So, like, your parents might be divorced right now, and they might not even, like, one of your parents, like your dad or your mom, they might have just left the whole city just because they don't want to be anywhere near your parent. So they took that out on you, which is not fair, but it happens to a lot of us. It happened to me. This part's self-explanatory. I'm asking her, does she miss me?
I know me and
So this part, I was pretty much explaining. You can walk past if you want to. But this part, I was pretty much... Yeah.
I ain't no clothes on.
Yeah. So pretty much when this part I was explaining, I was like, I used to go through, like, I don't know if a lot of people went through this, but when I was a kid, a lot of people went through something called, like, visitation rights, where you couldn't stay with just one parent. You had to go from your mom's house throughout the week to your dad's house on the weekend, or your dad's house throughout the week and your mom's house throughout the weekend. So I had to go through, like, visitation from the ages of, like, birth to like about 13, right? And then I used to have like certain summers where I would spend with my dad or I would spend with my mom. And even throughout that like entire visitation thing, my mom was never there. Like she never picked me up. My aunt always picked me up. And I never really seen my mom. So like for like about 10 years, I only seen my mom probably like once or twice. It was just my aunt picking me up. So my aunt was kind of like the mother figure that I had in a sense. So I was like, I think in the verse I was like, now I'm visiting my dad. No, I was like, what did I say? Let me look at the exact words. I was like, I was like, Mama, why you leave? You know it's hard for me. Now I'm living here with my dad, visiting people. Now I'm upset. Mama, why you go? Why you ain't come back? Mama, why you leave? You know your son back. And it was like that verse right there. That's pretty much explaining. Like when I said visiting people, now I'm upset. It was like I couldn't stay put. I was going from this house to this house to this house to this house. It was just annoying. Hi, Mama, did you miss me? In the background, I'm like, she ain't missing. So that's probably one of my favorite verses. I feel like right there I snapped. I was like, I remember sitting home at night, all them long days in them hallways. I had a dream I couldn't meet the hype. If you miss me, come and get me. The drugs can't beat me in a fight. You had 3 kids, you ain't take care, but mama, it's all right. I still like you though. I ain't trying to put nobody on blast, but like I said, this is my point of view. And if anybody got a problem with it, you can address me personally. My mom at that point in my life was real heavy on like drinking. So it was like, she wasn't like no crazy, like, you know, some people be on strung out on crack and nothing. She wasn't doing that. She was just heavy on drinking. And I was like sitting at home one day. It was supposed to be a week where I was supposed to go to my mom's house, but my aunt didn't pick me up that week and my mom didn't pick me up. So I was just at home sitting in my room. And I was like, I remember sitting home at night because they were supposed to pick me up at like 8 p.m. or something like that. And I was like, all them long days in the hallways, I had a dream I couldn't meet the hype. So it was like, I was just sitting at home and I was just like looking at my cell and I was like, dang. I was like, what did they give up? Like, did they quit? And I was like, next time I seen my peoples, they was like, oh, we missed you. We sorry about last week. And I was like that. I was like, if you miss me, come and get me. You feel me? Like, if you miss somebody, you're going to go see him. You're going to go out your way. Ain't going to be nothing to stop you from seeing that person or whatever. And I was like, the drugs can't beat me in a fight. Like, yeah, that's self-explanatory. And I was like, the next verse, I was like, I still love you though, because you my mama and all the drama, you can let it go. That was pretty much me burying the hatchet, letting her know, like, if she ever wanted to rekindle, it's cool, it's fine. I'm at the age where, like, I don't get too upset about the stuff that happened when I was a kid no more. So it's like, all that is just out the window, it's cool. But you my mama and all the drama, you can let it go. And if you ever got a problem, just let me know. Cause your son, he gon' make it. All the millions, all those summers, yeah, my mama be famous. Right there, I was like, I don't know. I couldn't feel it. Right there, I said that my mama wanted children, and I was like, I can't even say she didn't, because sometimes when people are like hooked on like drugs or any type of alcohol or any type of addiction, it can draw away from their family. Like, it can push them to a point where they feel like they need that to function. And if you can't be around me without this drug, it's like the two don't combine, so you can't function around them. So I was like, I can't blame her. I can blame the drugs or the alcohol or whoever influenced her in that scene. Right there, I was like, now you got me here with your sister. Got me telling stories to anybody that'll listen. Her sister, my aunt. And only reason I said telling stories to anybody that'll listen, because any child that went through, visitation knows how it is. You go to this house and they ask you questions about what they doing over there. You go to this house, they ask you questions about what they doing over here. So I'm telling stories back and forth, and they're pretty much like, I'm just in the middle. They asking me questions, I'm answering them. They ask me questions, I'm answering them. And I went to a point in my childhood where it's like, my dad was trying to like gain custody over me, but my people on the right side, they was like moving me around from house to house. So they was basically hiding me, and they wouldn't let my dad like pick me up. So I had to like try to like, as a kid, I'm a kid. Like I'm like 6 or 7, bro. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking everything normal. But finally I get back to my dad's house and he like, what house did they take you to? I'm like, I don't know. He said, I need you to try to like remember the address just in case they try to move you around again. So like I said, I'm just telling stories to anybody that'll listen at this point. And right there when I said that, I was trying to like be humble about it. Cause like I said, it's people who have worse situations than I do. So I was like, I know it's kids that don't got nothing. So I ain't even gonna complain too much. But my last question and my last statement, why did you leave? Like that's all I wanna know. Like I ain't gonna complain about the stuff I went through. I just wanna know, why did you leave?
She was really tripping. She was here, then she disappeared. Yeah, she needs her magician. All this pain that I explain, mama, can you take a listen? Another day that I go and pray for your hugs and kisses.
Right there, self-explanatory. She was tripping. She was here, then she disappeared. She done turned into a freaking magician. Like hats out the bag. Like you feel me? It's like she's gone. So I was like, dang, that's tough. And I think at that point the visitation had like stopped. And from the age of about 12 or 13 to about 21, when I turned 21, that was the first time I see her since I was 13. And I was like, she was here, then she disappeared, she turned magician. All this pain that I explained, can you take a listen? I wrote the song so she can listen to it. I'm not always the greatest person to talk to or the greatest communicator, and neither was she. So I wrote the song so she can try to listen to it on her own and dissect it. And right there, through all the pain and the trauma, I could turn on missing. That was like symbolism. Like I said, the album is called Roll from Depression. It's people who go through similar instances in life, and they turn on missing from this, meaning they run away or they off themselves. I said I could, not I will. I was like, I could. If I was like weak-minded or if I just wasn't, tough enough to like deal with it, I could have turned up missing or something. What I said? I said there's some things that I can't say, but I feel like I'm a victim. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you everything that happened because it was too much. It's a lot that happened, and a lot of people go through it. So it was like, I ain't really finna tell all the sides of the story. And then I said, I know it's pain both ways, but please don't shoot to kill them. Like when I said that, I mean like that's like a connection. You know how people have gang wars? It's like this side is beefing with this side. That's something like I know it's pain both ways. I know my dad got problems with my mom. I know my mom got problems with my dad. And I'm like, don't shoot to kill him. Like, you feel me? Pretty much, yeah. And right there, I was like, Mama, say his name. I know you really miss him. That is really symbolic because I'm named after my dad, right? Me and my dad have the same name. For a long time throughout my childhood, my mom wouldn't call me by my name because she didn't like my dad. So it was like she would call me like something else. Like she would call me Tay or Vaughn or little boy or like something. She would call me anything except for that name. So I was like, Mama, please say his name. I know you really miss him. And I was using that like say his name as in my dad. But when I say you really miss him, I'm talking about me because we got the same name. So I'm like, Mama, please say his name. I know you really miss him. Like I said, it's like, and at the end, I finally ended up talking to my mom, and she left me like a little voicemail.
Hey, baby, it's Mom. I was just calling to let you know how much I understand. And we don't know each other like we supposed to. But the day before I understand, and I also want you to know that I'm not
Yep. So that's the first 4 songs of the album, and we're gonna do part 1. This is the end of part 1. Roll from Depression explained part 1. I'm gonna end it right here because I know this video is kind of long. I'm gonna do part 2 in a couple minutes. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your boy Twiytae, aka the world is yours. Stay. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see y'all in about 10 minutes.